Now we have Jason Stinchfield, who was born in this area, grew up around here, and he became aware of G. Edward Griffin. And in his own words, he was drawn to him like a magnet. And Jason has done all sorts of things, and it kind of was amusing when he was telling me, because he said he designs and makes jewelry, but at the same time he drives heavy equipment in the forest. I think, my goodness, that goes well together, doesn't it? It just sounds like the Precision Instrument and General Scrap Company. It kind of doesn't mix too well. Jason, are you ready for action? Jason is going to tell us. What is he going to tell us? I've got a title of it. How to Convert Cryptos into Dollars or Gold. Jason, please come and tell us all about it.
All right. Thank you, Edward.
Yeah, thank you. Go for it.
So a slight change to the topic. I'm not really interested in dollars or gold, but actually silver. So I will be, all right, we got some silver advocates here. But I, in doing the research and thinking about how to present, I came across this meme, if you will, and it really kind of made me laugh because there's some truth to it. A Bitcoin owner, this is what your friends think you're gambling your money away. What my mom thinks I do, well, it took me a little while to figure out what that meant, but that's me looking at my computer, looking at maybe an exchange, how to buy Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever, and looking at it, it makes no sense. Blonde, brunette, redhead, you're not sure what you're looking at. Society, think we're just kids playing with funny money. Politicians think, Bitcoin owners are crooks. I think I'm a, expert trader with a full head of hair. But what I really do is I'm sitting in a basement trying to figure out how to get this computer started. And notice that does not look like a financial advisor. So I'm not a financial advisor. I just want to share my experience with in my journey so far. And I'm really excited to be here to meet every one of you, attendees and speakers, because I'm learning. This is a journey in progress, and I may adjust my views down the road as I see other things coming. You can only make decisions with information that you have, and so that's my main goal. So purchasing silver with cryptocurrency profits. I'm a silver bug, I admit it, but my journey with cryptos, it was a very difficult transition. I saw Bitcoin at about $20 or so, but I was working all over the country, didn't have time or the knowledge on how to get Bitcoin. That was the first crypto. $20, I saw it go up to 100. It's like, whoa, that was fast. What happened there? And then it crashed back down to 50. And then it shot up to 300. And then it shot back down, shot back up, shot back down. I was able to acquire a little bit at 300, but figured I was throwing my money away. I didn't put in more than I was willing to lose. And then it shot up to the price of gold. I said, okay, something's going on here, because now this digital thing that is no tangible, you can't touch it, is now worth the value of gold. So what's going on? Looking into it, I started to see some of the benefits to it. But like anything I see, or any tool, I should say, it depends on who's using it and what is their intent with that. And that is becoming more and more strong in my mind as I go forward with it. So for me, it's important to know, because it's like the invention of the wheel, which is per se blockchain, to use an analogy. The wheel can be used for so many things. It's tremendous. Cryptocurrency is just one of those things that blockchain can be used with or for. But again, it depends on who's using it and what is their intent. So this is me. Jason's Works. It's my business. That is a 1 ounce platinum coin turned into a ring, and that is what I currently do. I'm a micro serial entrepreneur. I've come to realize that. I like to do new things and push my limits and then move on to something else. But I don't want to have any employees. So it's rather difficult to do. But I was able to create this business, design a lot of these tools that you see here, but also with collaboration of a lot of other people that helped me along the way. So really have to give them credit. But that is what I do. And here is an example. And that's how I got started in silver investing, was that after 2008, and I'd lost most of my retirement. It's like, where do I put my money? And I started to see silver and gold. And so I got a little bit of both, not knowing what each of them did. The more I looked into it, silver by far, I believe, has more value than gold even. So second most versatile commodity just behind oil, used in the medical field, aerospace. Matter of fact, when I was asked to get this banner set up here, I made the holder for it. I thought, how cool would it be to make some silver hooks to hang the banner? So those are actually silver right there. Sterling silver. That's I alloyed it from coin silver to sterling by adding pure silver to it. Melted it, poured it, made it into a bar, rolled it out into a square wire, and then fabricated it. Now, if I want, I could take those hooks back home, melt them back down, make a pendant, bracelet, ring. I could make ionic colloidal silver for health benefits. I could make a mirror. Literally thousands of things that you can do with silver. So that's why I like it. But even more important than how to convert a crypto into physical silver, I think, is why. So, and also to have questions in your mind. And these questions that I have in my mind is, who invented the blockchain, this amazing tool? Bitcoin, who invented Bitcoin, and what is their intent? So what I said previously, what is the intent of this? And Satoshi Nakamoto, we don't know who or what it is. So that's my biggest question. I want to find out what's going on here. International bankers, what are they going to be doing with the technology? What is my government going to do with the technology? And what am I going to do with the technology? Because I'm getting a sense more and more that this is coming down the pike no matter what. And so I had to make a decision on how to use this, adjust myself to what I believe is going to be coming down the pike here pretty quick. And the generational war chest, that's where purchasing the silver comes in. I want to be able to build a generational war chest with this new technology that I believe is going to be very popular in the world. Right now, it's at the very beginning stages. But as it builds up, why not take some profits and build the war chest for future generations to fight the bankers? So why silver? Great way to lock in profits. And because of the uses, society needs silver. It's just something that we need for many, many things. Silver is near an all-time low right now. Diversification, I used to say, hey, I'm diversified. I got silver bars, I got silver rounds, I got silver coins, but I was talking to a friend yesterday, and a main point that he had made is diversification is very important, and I absolutely agree. And to make it adjustable as you see different things coming down the pike for myself. It's outside of the USD. It's liquid enough to exchange for fiat currencies. I can take silver or gold and go to almost any city in the US, almost any city around the world, and exchange it for their fiat. But it's also difficult enough to do that to where it's a great storage of wealth. It's like, where did I put that bar? And I have to go find it and take it into town. So maybe I don't need to get that widget that I really want for Christmas or whatever. So it's a good way to keep the wealth inside of what I want and not what I really need. Reasons for silver over gold. We had discussed this before. Silver is the second most versatile commodity. Silver to gold price ratio 80-1, and it's being mined 9-1. So it takes 80 ounces of silver to purchase 1 ounce of gold. But in the ground, they mine 9 ounces for every 9 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. Now, the one caveat, though, is if you have millions and millions of dollars to convert over, that's going to be a lot of silver. So perhaps gold might be a better allocation in that certain circumstance. Okay, so here we're going to get into the weeds a little bit. I purchased some silver with some Digibyte. And I just got it yesterday. So there is silver here, purchased with crypto. And that was, I'll share a quick story. One thing, a few years ago, I had told my mother, it's like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you should get a little bit of Bitcoin or crypto. And she said, well, what can you buy with it? You know, what tangible value is it? You know, what can I get silver? Can I get gold? Can I get a pickup truck? And I didn't do anything and kind of went along, and I told her again, maybe you should get a little bit. Same answer. So I went ahead and bought some silver, and I threw down a 5 ounce silver bar. So I bought that with Bitcoin. She's like, really? Okay, so what's this crypto stuff again? So, and she studied it more than I've ever seen anybody study it before. So it was interesting to see the transition of thought. So to begin, right here, the entry level is to get USD or fiat currency into either Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those are the two most common to get started with the process. And I've never really seen anybody go through the entire process. And this is me doing my best to teach myself. So I'm sure there's more efficient ways, but I wanted to share my experience. So. But Kraken, Gemini, and Coinbase seem to be the easiest ones to get into. And Kent Lewis, it was interesting that he had mentioned Coinbase, because Coinbase is the easiest exchange to get involved. So I'm asking myself, why is Coinbase the easiest exchange to get involved? So it makes sense. And to go from, you can go directly from an exchange all the way over to your wallet. Never a good idea to store your coins on an exchange because they're very, a hacker can come in and grab them. They can go down like Mt. Gox. So it's always good to store it on a wallet. There are multiple wallets you can choose from. But if you want to get an alternative coin like Digibyte, you'll have to actually move your Bitcoin or Ethereum to another exchange and then exchange it for that coin that you want. And then you can move it to your wallet. At that point, you hold it in your wallet. Don't forget your private key where you keep your wallet. And then if and when the value increases, you then go back to your exchange, transfer it to Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, some other coin. And there's several ways to get the process to purchase physical silver, and I chose BitPay because AppMex, you can find them online, also SD Bullion, JD Bullion, but AppMex I like just because they have a lot of supply and they accept Bitcoin. So I did look into SD Bullion and JD Bullion, great companies, but it wasn't as smooth of a transition. You actually had to convert to cash first, and then they would accept it. So they technically, and that's the last time I looked, technically don't accept it directly. So this is just a shot of the Coinbase homepage here. They are adding more coins, as Kent had mentioned. But that's what it looks like. Oh, that was a question I had. How many people here own cryptocurrency? How many people here own physical silver? Whoa, all right, I'm preaching to the choir here. How many people have purchased silver with their crypto? All right, cool. Okay, and that's how you would send, that's the screenshot of how you would send the Bitcoin to either an exchange or to a wallet. That's what it typically looks like. You'd enter in your address there, or you can do a QR code. So here is coin market cap. I like to use this as a reference if I hear about a coin and I support it and I like it. Then I'll come here to find out the exchanges that it's traded on, the price, the market cap, different attributes of the coin information. This is the price chart of Bitcoin itself. You can see here, just flat, 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 and then spike up. That's from last January. But if you were to zoom in right here, it looks like a little bump in the road. It looks exactly like that. And so, like I had said before, I'd seen it go up and then crash down, go up and crash down. This is probably the 7th time that I've seen it do this. You can just go back in time and see that exact same graph right there. So here is, you can see I've selected markets right here, and these are all the exchanges that deal in Bitcoin or Digibyte or whatever coin you're interested in. And the top one, the ones listed higher on the list have a higher volume and overall market cap. So, or volume, yeah, exchange would be volume. So, okay, so now we've transferred over to the exchange. And here's what the exchange looks like. So this is an exchange for Digibyte, BTC to Digibyte. And right here is your buy and sell. So that's me in the first picture, you know, full head of hair, and, you know, buying and selling. I never thought I would get to this point, actually, because it looks so complicated and I could lose money if I hit the wrong button. So I just, you know, small amounts at first and kind of get used to how everything works and then go from there. But it took me a while to get comfortable with this. I'm not very tech savvy. So the wallets, we have hot and cold, but there's also a warm wallet. That concept is fairly new to what I understand. So the hot wallet, how many people know what a hot and cold wallet is? Okay. So a hot wallet is, you're taking more risk because you're tied to the internet somehow. You're allowing your coins are tied to a PC that can get hacked. A hacker could come in and get them from you from the internet. Cold wallet is a Nano S or just even a paper wallet. So we'll go through some examples here. So this is an Exodus wallet, and this shows. This is on your PC, it's a hot wallet. It's very useful, though, for short term. For me, I like to, use this as kind of a hub to kind of move things around, but not to store on. And that's how you would send. Here, yeah, the Exodus wallet, you can actually use the QR code to, there we go. You just have to select there, and then you can scan it directly from your camera of your computer. But remember, cameras and all that stuff, it's a lot of information that gets recorded, so. But certainly a hot wallet. So here's a hardware cold wallet, Ledger Nano S. It has 2 buttons on either side. So you have to have physical possession of it to make the transfer. So you have to input the code and make the transfer. If that gets destroyed, everything is still locked on the blockchain, and you can reacquire it with your passphrase. If you lose your passphrase, then you can't access and open up the wallet. An example of a paper wallet, bitaddress.org. You get on there and you kind of move the mouse around, and that does a random generation. And what I like to do is to load the website on and then disconnect from the internet so that you're not tied to the internet. That way it's much more secure. And you print it off on a piece of paper. So you can have this little sheet of paper that has the private key and public key, and that's what you store. Also, my Ether wallet, Mu, another way to do a paper wallet. This is for ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. And I got into the ICO on Veritasium. I like Reggie Middleton and what he's doing with his business. I think it's going to be great. And I wanted to get in there, and I was learning how to do all this stuff, and I didn't know what to do. And I went to hit the button and I only put in half of what I wanted. It's like, no, I went through a lot of that through all this process, but it was my Ether wallet that you store the Veritasium on. So there's a lot of different steps for all of this. Okay, so now you've held the crypto on your wallet for a period of time, and you say, okay, I want to get me some silver. So move it back to your exchange, and so I was holding, let's say, Digibyte on my wallet, and so now rather than buying the Digibyte, I'm going to sell the Digibyte for Bitcoin. And once I acquire the Bitcoin, I then enter into BitPay. So BitPay is one method that AppMex accepts as payment with Bitcoin, and it's an app that you put on your phone. I looked into it, it's like, why can't I put this on my laptop? And it said, well, you just have to put it on your phone. That's the most effective and efficient way for BitPay to work, and it really is efficient and easy. These are some other payment protocol compatible wallets. You can see there the list of. So there's AppMex. I like these guys. I purchase coins from them to make my coin rings. They have a great selection, lots of different stuff. Even sell shot silver that you can melt down for doing jewelry. So here's these dimes that I placed the order for right here. And you can see, this is quite interesting, these points here. This basically gives you what's the word I'm looking for? What AppMex expects with the Bitcoin purchase. This is quite interesting here, a 3% cash discount right there. There's also the shipment, I believe, is the next day. It's paid. You just have to make sure that the payment goes through, and then AppMex will complete the order. Yeah, fees. You do have some fees, but it's very cheap to transfer the cryptos, the funds. Oh, and also if you see this here, that's the price of silver. It changes every 10 minutes, so it'll update. If it takes you more than 10 minutes, then it'll update to the new price. Ask if you accept the new price, and then you can continue on with the purchase. Okay, free standard shipping. I have 8 minutes and 54 seconds left. There's one thing. You have to be aware of the time on the purchase. There we go. Okay, so I got 2 rolls of the silver dimes. Oh, that's right. So if you're in your bag that you have, I gave each and every one of you a silver mercury dime. So make sure to check your bag for a little black card and a little piece of silver. So, yeah, you're welcome. And some lucky person has a 1913 barber dime, which is very cool. Now, who knows why I chose 1913? There, okay, we got it. All right. So, yeah, and if you don't want the dime, I will certainly accept it back, because I can make a ring out of it, sell it for $50. Okay, so let's see, Bitcoin payment. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. That's the other thing so that's the payment QR code right there. So I would take my phone and I would scan that code, and the app on the phone automatically enters the blockchain, transition, payment done, and so that's actually me. I took a screenshot of my phone. I'm swinging that white box over to the QR code. Once I engage that QR code, then we get payment complete. Whoop, there it is. Payment sent. We're good to go. 3 days later, this shows up. And that's a very complicated way to buy silver, but it is doable. But as we can see here, as we go down the road, this will get easier and easier and easier, which is kind of a piece of bait. And other aspects that become easier. So that's another question I always ask myself: why is this so easy? Why is this becoming easier? But I like the fact to be able to purchase the physical silver. So this is a tech adoption bell curve. I was searching the internet and saw Rogers bell curve, but I liked how they have the different technologies on here. So when a new technology is introduced, you have the innovators, and then you have the early adopters, and as it becomes adopted, early majority to late majority to laggards. So right now, newspapers and TV, there's still people out there that refuse to watch TV from way back when, I guess, I don't know. But you see that it's growing into adoption. And we are about, with the US, about 5% transitioning from innovators to early adopters. And you can see profit opportunity and then mass market there. So this is another interesting graph I came across. Consumption spreads faster today. So when the telephone was first invented, not very many people were getting on to that new technology. The wood stove or electric stove, what year is that? 1917, 18. So electricity was starting to get in there. Refrigerator, clothes washer, clothes dryer, air conditioning. But you can see that the graph, see, you guys are looking at me, so it goes from a slower adoption and consumption to a much steeper angle. So I couldn't find the current graph with the cryptocurrencies, but it's about that tall and straight up. So it's, you see the internet is almost a straight up shot there. So as we go through time, these new technologies are being consumed quicker and quicker. A few months ago, there was a chart put out that was called the Wall Street Cheat Sheet. Top left corner has a pyramid with the all-seeing eye. I don't know what that means. Maybe you can make your own decision on that, but it shows the regular cycle, market cycles. Disbelief, hope, optimism. As we go up, euphoria, and then we drop, complacency, anxiety, denial, depression at the very end, and I think we're about there in the crypto market. But then it repeats and recycles and does the same cycle over and over again. And if you look at that chart with the existing Bitcoin price chart, it's almost a mirror image. Just interesting. And then finally, the most important screen of all. I have no idea when the best time is. So it's something that you have to really watch and see what the world is changing into, and make your own best decision for yourself. So with that, I really appreciate your time. Hope to meet and talk with everybody here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason.